Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another live episode of Lead Like a CEO. Come on in, it is Wednesday. I'm your host, Shevvy, and hopefully you are able to join me today. And today we're going to be talking about, are you equipped to handle the demands? Okay. And I'm going to get into that, friend. So come on in, say hello. Let me know how you are doing. Hopefully you had an amazing Thanksgiving, a relaxing Thanksgiving as well, too. Mine was definitely relaxing. Got time to spend time with family, cooked, etc., and so forth. But today is all about identifying whether or not you are able to handle the demands of all the things that are happening with life, career, and business. So as you come in, say hello. And if you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Shevvy Mack, the founder and CEO of Mac Leadership Academy, and welcome to Lead Like a CEO. This is a show for established, mission-driven business owners and organizational leaders who are looking for proven strategies to elevate their leadership, enhance their team performance, and growth while regaining their time. And that's what I help you with. And I help you do that through training and development, consulting, and really helping you to optimize your team performance and business culture or organization culture. But come on in. If you're joining me from Facebook, say hello. I do have it on here as well too. Welcome, Denise. Oh, that's something else. Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm in three places. I am here on my LinkedIn main page and also on my Facebook, streaming through StreamYard, and my YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed, please go over there when you're done listening to me today and subscribe to my channel. It is Shevvy Mack, Lead Like a CEO. All right, so today is all about, are you equipped? And before I go into today's show / episode, I want you to think of where you're at right now. We are within the first week of December, which is the last month for the year 2024. And as we start to navigate into 2025, which is our new year for some of us, new beginning, new start over, all the things, I want you to think about what is going on in your current state, in the sense of your job, in the sense of your business, in the sense of your life. Because during the last month, and I know I'm not alone when it comes to this, we try to get so much done in this time frame. The last quarter, it's like we're trying to, check all the boxes, meet our milestones, all the things. And then the last month is like we try to go extra hard, or we want to finish the year strong. But my question to you, are you equipped to handle the demands of everything that you are dealing with right now? So that is what this topic and this conversation is about today. So come on in. And if you like, you're feeling this conversation, interact with me, in the chat, drop any questions that you may have. And I will definitely post some questions as well as we are having this conversation, because this is a two-way conversation and not just only a conversation with me by myself, but with you along the journey. Okay. So welcome, lovely Lace, tuning in from Jersey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If I can find my button to share, because I want to highlight you. Thank you so much for joining and tuning in. Welcome. And yeah, so let me know as you're tuning in what you are working on or trying to get done before the year is over, okay? Because I want to make sure that you end the year well and not strong. All right. She said, I was looking for you on LinkedIn and you aren't. I was looking for you on LinkedIn and you aren't there. Well, I'm here. So are you tuning in from, YouTube? Okay. I'm not sure. It might be a glitch on LinkedIn. I'm not sure, but thank you for joining me on YouTube. Yes. Thank you for being here. All right. So like I said, let me get into this because I want to make sure that I'm respectful of your time. But I found this article and I want to share this stats with you all. And the article was from AmericanExpress.com and it was written by Inkfile, and they surveyed 2,000 business owners, from consulting to freelancers. And what they found during their survey was that, and they did it across 13 industry. I'm just summarizing here, that 20% of small business owners experience poor mental health. And they also found that nearly 65% of small business owners have experienced anxiety, and over 50% suffered from depression. And I'm sharing these stats because this is the time where we as business owners, as the individual who's responsible for the home, whether you're the husband, you're the wife, you're the partner, whether you are a career woman as well too, or man, we're doing a lot. You're doing a lot. And the end of the year, it's like all of the things has to get done. And it does not. Okay. So I want to talk about this. I want us to be honest with what we have going on. And I'm going to share some insight of what you might be experiencing right now. And the stats that I just shared is just another awareness for you to be aware, like, hey, am I putting myself through this journey of I have to get X, Y, and Z done before the year is over, whether that's in your business, whether that's in your personal life, whether that's in your career as well too, because this is what caused the disruption in all of us to not have the resources to be equipped to handle the things that comes our way in all aspects. All right, let's see what S. Maxwell just shared. She said, I can see how business owners can experience mental health issues. Yes. And it's not only for business owners, this is anyone in the career, anyone who is a stay at home provider, whether you're a mom or a husband or a partner and you are dealing with the kids in the home life. It happens in all environments, I would say. So thank you for sharing that, S. Maxwell. And also, as Maxwell shared, she said, especially this time of year, many are wrapping up and want to end with a bang, yes, or start off the year strong plus personal life. And this is what I'm talking about, and this is why I want to have this conversation about trying to do all the things, especially as we close out this month in the next 3.5 weeks. And the purpose of this topic is for you to really identify within yourself, because sometimes we just go through the motions and not take time to reflect, not take time, don't take time to pause and really sit down, because some of you all probably was working through Thanksgiving, which I understand at times, depending on the demand, depending on the work, depending on the business that you're doing. There are going to be times when I was on active duty. One of my job, like I mentioned, was hospitality management, food service management. So during Thanksgiving, guess what? I had to work because we had to still provide support to the entire base populace that was still there, who didn't go home or, had family in town. We had to make sure that we still provided the meal support and bed down for those individuals, even in deployed environments. So I definitely understand that, dependent on what's going on, what you're doing, that yes, some days you still have to continue to do X, Y, and Z. But if you are the person who's experiencing do all the things, meaning that you have to be the one to do the life stuff, the business stuff, and you're not allowing individuals within your resources to support you, then you might be experiencing this. Because like I said, I don't want you to end the year strong. I want you to end the year well. And when I say well, I mean mentally well, emotionally well, and physically well, because I want you to see 2025, because sometimes we are pushing ourselves beyond our capacity with the things that we have going on in life, with the things that we have going on in our businesses, with the things that we have going on in our careers. And sometimes we push ourselves to the point where it's impacting us mentally, emotionally, and physically. That's why I want you to really do a intake of all the things that you are doing right now and see, like, hey, where do I need to kind of fall back? Okay. But let me go ahead and share what you might be experiencing right now. So you might be the person who is high functioning, you are well educated, and you're like, hey, I can go through, I can operate and do all things, even though I know I need to pause, even though I know I need to rest. You might be, ignoring the signs because you're like, hey, I'm a go-getter, I'm a visionary, I need to do X, Y, and Z. But again, what does that lead to? Do you have the capacity, and are you equipped to take on the demands? Because guess what? The demands are still going to come. They're going to come next month in January. is going to come in February. So the goal is, what do you do to make sure that you don't get to that point? Okay. And I'm saying this because for me, I've experienced this while I was on active duty. I was high functioning, still going to work, parenting a newborn at the time, a 5-year-old at the time, married at the time, going to school at the time, showing up, still doing X, Y, and Z while internally dealing with, well, externally as well too, dealing with anxiety, but internally, even though I was showing up as if, hey, let me go ahead and show up for the job, show up to, educate and teach my students, show up to train, show up to be the mom, show up to be the wife, all the things. Guess what? Internally, friend, your girl was screaming for help. And you might be experiencing the same thing. And when I was going through my journey, experience of anxiety, it was around the holidays too, because I was doing too daggone much. Okay. Like literally doing too much. So this is, and I wasn't equipped to have, I wasn't equipped properly to deal with all the demands of what was happening in life, because I was, again, that one person is like, hey, I can do this, X, Y, and Z. And I kept going and going and going. So you might be doing the same thing where you're just continuously going without slowing down. Okay. Another factor that is causing you to not be equipped to handle the demands of what is going on is you lack boundaries. You're not holding up your boundaries because people are bringing all their problems to you. Everything that they need, they come to you. They're not able to just kind of figure things out on their own. They're looking to you for the answers. They're looking to you to get X, Y, Z, whatever that is. And that's in your life, that's in your career, that's in your business. And because all of us have experienced this, or we are currently experiencing exactly what I'm sharing today. And even what I went through, I'm sharing more of this in my upcoming books. If you're not tracking, I do have a book that I plan to release this month before the year is over. But again, I am giving myself grace. If I don't get to the point where my date, I am not going to burn myself out trying to get this book out by the end of December. Yes, that it's my goal, but I'm going to look at what's happening with life, what's happening with my business. And if I'm not able to reach that date, I'm okay adjusting. I'm okay telling my audience, hey, I plan to release my book on this specific date, which is Christmas Day, because I'm going through the editing process. But if that does not happen, I'm okay, because I'm not going to put myself in a state of stress and fatigue and burnout trying to meet a deadline. Guess what? You can still get that book afterwards. So again, what boundaries are you setting in place for yourself? Because sometimes people will demand so much from us. And yes, we have great intentions to execute on a specific task or a thing at a specific time and day, but sometimes it doesn't happen. And that's okay. That is okay. All right, let's see what S. Max will share. She said, especially this time of year, many. Okay, I already said that. So thank you for sharing that. I thought it was another comment. And, we have to make sure that we are mentally, emotionally, and physically prepared to handle all the demands of life, because we know that things will be thrown at us. We're going to have clients that we are required to do X, Y, and Z because they're paying us. We're going to have team members that, require us to provide them with the resources and training that they need. It's a lot. And then you're still trying to make sure that you're there for family as well, especially during this time, the holidays. So your family members may be looking at you, your husband, your spouse, your kids looking at you like, hey, daddy is always gone. Mommy's always gone. You're always working X, Y, and Z. So again, are you equipped to handle all the demands that are happening in your space, in your business, in your life, and in your career? And another factor that to where it shows up for you that is impacting that you're not able to, your energy level. Your energy level is a big indication that lets you know, like, hey, you don't have the capacity and the fuel to continue to do and move at the pace that you're trying to move at. And like I said, this is the end of the year. I understand. I spent 22 years in the military. We have end of year closeout, and it's always high energy, high stress because guess what? We have a deadline. But sometimes, as business owners, as leaders, we have to look at, okay, do I run myself in the ground, or do I have a conversation, going back to the boundaries, going back to expectations, going back to giving yourself grace? Do I go back and have this conversation with the person that I'm in communication with, whether that's, a team member, whether that's a client, whether that's an organization, whether that's your spouse, because sometimes your spouse can expect so much from you, and even your kids as well too. So this is 360 approach. This is not just business. This is not just career. This is life as well too. So these different things does impact how you're able to handle the demands of life, career, and business. And again, I want you to end this year well, emotionally, mentally, and physically well, not just strong, well. Okay. So what can you do now to kind of get back into that space where you're not on this cycle of trying to knock and check all the things off before the, because it's not going to happen. And if it does happen, what's going to happen to you mentally, emotionally, physically when you're done? Okay. So what you can do, number one, make yourself the priority. And I know it is, some of you like, well, Chevvy is easier said than done. No, it's not. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to you, your mental, your physical, and emotional, if those are not in alignment, what good are you? How are you able to perform and do what you want to do, what you were called to do in your life, in your business or career? So you have to make yourself a priority. And I'm not saying go take like 5 days off if you can, sure, because you probably need that reset. But if you're able to even take a couple hours to just disconnect completely. And when I say disconnect, sometimes it's disconnected from the kids, it's disconnected from your spouse, it's disconnected from the job, your clients, your employees, your boss. So definitely find time to make yourself a priority. Okay. Find the time. We always say we don't have time. We don't have time. We find the time for the things that we deem important. You find the time to serve your client. Guess what? Friend, you can find the time to serve you. Okay. All right. Another thing that you want to do now is to really, this is the perfect time. Look at your team structure. Do you have the right people in place? Do you have the right people in place to support you? And when I say the right people, I'm not just saying just the top level individuals. I'm talking about every single level. Just like when I spoke about having, is your team ready to operate and execute on your behalf? That's at every single level. So check out that past episode. I think it was last week as well. So check that out. Go back, watch it, leave a comment if you felt like, hey, you got some things away. So having the right team, and also effective process. What processes do you have in place that's going to help you to reduce time being wasted? Whether that's through communication, whether that's through execution of tasks, whether that's team training, development, and so forth. And another factor, so I share three. So another factor is say no. Saying no as the business owner, as the leader. And this show is all about leading as a CEO. Like lead is titled lead as a CEO. And it's not just for business owners, it's not just for organizational leaders at the top level. For me, is anyone who's responsible in their role, for whether that's their own business, whether they're at the executive level, or whether you're at the lower level. Because my goal is to make sure that I don't care what position that you are in or the role or title, that you own that role as a CEO. I want you to own that role and saying no instead of saying yes to everything is what you need to start looking at? Like, what are you saying yes to consistently? Because sometimes we don't want to do certain things, even with our kids. I know I have 3 kids. Oh, sometimes my kids like, well, mommy, let's go to the movie. Not today. Why not? Because I'm tired. Okay, because I'm tired. I'm exhausted. So again, making myself the priority, saying no to my kids at times, like I can't, or saying no to a client, I can't meet at this time. End the year is here, 3.5 weeks from now. How can you position yourself to where you are more equipped to handle the demands of life, business, and career? Okay. And the final thing that you want to make sure that you are doing as the leader, as a CEO, is to build your mental resilience. Going back to what I said, it's not about ending 2024 strong, not financially strong, not having, 20 clients strong. It's about ending 2024 well, mentally, emotionally, and physically well, so that you can handle what is thrown at you. You can have that resilience to navigate 2024. And when you step into January, you're not mentally exhausted. You're not physically broken down. You're not an emotional wreck, because guess what? You took care of yourself. You made sure that the demands that were brought upon you due to opportunities and different things, that you were able to handle those things because you had things in place. And part of what I do as your consultant, as your mentor, as a trainer for your business or organization is I come in and help you to optimize your ability to develop your team, but also to elevate your leadership so that you can focus on growth. You can focus on getting your time back to spend more time focused on you, your family, and things that you truly enjoy. You're not just spending all of your time and demand on client work, business operations, team development, or organizational items as well too. So if you are in the space of like, hey, I need to finish this year well, and you're looking for support to help you continue that beyond 2024 by helping you to regain your time, helping you to elevate your leadership, and also optimize your team performance so you can focus on growth, then I invite you, friend, to reach out to me. You can click the link in the description to book a free consultation call so we can connect. I can get to know you. I can get to know, your challenges and share with you how I can support you. Okay, and I want to share very quickly. Latoya Listman, she said, "Not today." Adding that to my response, yeah, not today. Yes, my 5-year-old be like, "Mommy, let's go." Not today. Why not? Because I'm tired. Okay, let me just relax today. Because we're always going. And if you're a visionary, you're ambitious, you're driven, trust me, I get it. I am you. But now, as I'm retired, I look at, okay, what not only serves me, but also what serves my client, what serves my family. Again, that 360 approach. And I'm sharing more of my journey of life, career, and business in my upcoming books. If you would love to learn more about that, you can reach out to me. It's truly about impacting and helping women to be more resilient as they go through life, career, and business, which was my journey. But it's not about me, it's about my journey, but also giving women strategies to really elevate their resilience as they navigate life, career, and business. And also, if you're a man, and you would like to give this to your daughter, especially if you have young adults or teen who are, kind of struggling with confidence and you want it to be more resilient, then reach out to me. I would love to share with you more about it. But yes, so any questions before I go? This is the Lead Like a CEO show. I'm your host, Shevvy, and what I do, I help establish mission-driven business owners and organizational leaders who are looking for proven strategies to elevate their leadership, team performance, and growth while regaining their time. And I do that through training and development, consulting, mentorship, and more. So if you're looking for that type of support, reach out to me. And again, as you close out 2025, remember, it's not about ending strong. Trust me, I've used that term before as well too, but for me, it's about ending well, mentally, emotionally, and physically well. All right. Latoya said, what is the best to tell your boss you need a not today type of day? Not today, no. No, honestly, this is where this goes back to the culture of your business and the culture of your organization. And the biggest thing, this should be at the forefront already from day one, that your team members, your employees should know, and from the front, from the beginning, to say, hey, you can come to me and say, hey, you know what, Chevy, I'm here to support the organization. I'm X, Y, and Z, but in this moment, I need a day to just step back, reflect, and recharge. And if you have a great leader, okay, not just a leader, but a great leader who understand, who empathize, but also understand, like, hey, what we can shift. He or she should be like, okay, we understand. Take the reset. We got you. Because that's how we operate in the military. I'm not saying all organizations operate like that in the military, but my organization, my department, hey, one of my airmen came and say, hey, Sergeant Mac, I'm not, okay, go home. We got this. We got this. And this is how you build a sustainable culture and higher retention. It's not just looking like, oh, this person is, no. Again, you assess, because sometimes some people fake. They come with the bull crap, So you want to know your people. You want to understand your people, but also give grace, but also be firm and hold others accountable as well too. So great question, Latoya. Thank you for joining in. And as I said, y'all, I'm here every week. Thank you for joining in on Lead Like a CEO. Any questions that you may have after watching this, please reach out. If you are watching this later on, #replay. And y'all have an amazing day. And I will see you all next Wednesday on the Lead Like the CEO show. Bye.